Open it up. Okay. So welcome, everybody. My name's Susie McCrae from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. I'd like to welcome everybody. Today is a public guest webinar where you've been invited to learn about a business called On Passive. I am an extremely proud global founder for this company, and you're going to learn today how you too can become a founding member. And after the presentation today, people on the panel will share a few words, and then I'll give you instructions about how we're going to do the Q&A. Today's Q&A is for our guest only. So welcome guests. Today is all about you. And we will turn the chat back on when we get into the Q&A. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name is MARTY DEGARMO. He comes to you from the state of New Jersey in the United States. For over 17 years, MARTY was in the corporate world as a project manager traveling across the globe. And then after that, he got into online marketing, and he has well over 15 years experience in that. MARTY has seen just about everything, and he is a servant leader. He's here to help people and to help people be successful. And he's going to share with you why he jumped on board with On Passive. So listen to MARTY because he has some great wisdom with online business. Okay, MARTY, if you are ready, I'll have you take it over.
Susie, thank you very much. Hello, everybody here on the panel. Today you're invited. What is it, the 3rd of August already? Oh my God. You're invited here today to hear about a business that we will prove to you in the next 45 minutes is a one-of-a-kind business. Everyone, anyone, anywhere can be successful with this business, and that's why I'm here. That's why I came here to begin with. I started online back in 2004, and I needed to make extra money, and I saw people online were doing it. Things were picking up really strong on online, the internet highway, as they said. And I got in, and I can't remember what first business I got in, but they were, I knew as time went on, they're all pretty much the same. But I got in, did what I was told to do, had a monthly payment that you have to pay for every company just about to buy part of the products, and I did that. And what happened was in the beginning, well, at least for many years, 5 to 8 years, maybe 8 years, I lost money. And I got in because I found out, I thought maybe it was the business first, and then found out it's not just the business. You need skills. You need to know how to drive traffic to your website, no matter what business you're in, whether you're an affiliate, if you're email marketing, whatever you're doing, you have to learn some skills to get traffic, because the company and the so-called gurus will not do it for you. It does not happen. And of course, I was told, well, if you listen to me and do what I do, you'll be very, very successful. Well, it sounded good, but I found as time went on that the gurus could not duplicate what they said they could, because they can't. And the ones out there now that say they can't either. That's why you have a Tony Robbins. You don't have Tony Robbins and everybody I brought with me. He's a motivational speaker. Yeah, he gets people pumped up, but can he make you successful? I doubt it very much. The system has to be different for you to have a chance. You can't be there unless you're there. Well, about 10 years ago, 9 years ago, I met Mike Ellis here. I knew at that point I had to learn how to drive traffic. So together we marketed. I learned how to market. We could market. We built large teams. But what happened to us then, which was just as bad, really. You get into business, you think it's good, you're not sure. You build a massive team, or a good sized team, enough that you could live comfortably from, 6, 7 figures easy. And what happens? These certain things happen every time. One is the next morning you get up and the company's not there. You can't even find it. You couldn't find it with a magnifying glass. Or the business is there and they changed the whole model on how they pay. So all the rules changed. You have to up your auto ship. You have to dance and jump through hoops and everything else. So, and on top of that, even if we could adjust, and we could never bring anybody with us, maybe what, 10 people you could really help along? That's not a business. That's a hobby, okay? Until you build it into a business, it's a hobby. And those hobbies are expensive. Now what happens? I'm telling people to come with us. We're gonna help you make money, and we can't. That's worse than not knowing what you were doing. So about 2.5 years ago, I said, I was thinking, I'm done with this. I can do much better off not losing money. I would do better not trying to build a business online. Not that I couldn't make money, I just couldn't bring anybody with me, so I refused. I didn't like it. I wouldn't do it because you're actually lying to people. So 2.5 years ago, I ran into Red Redford and Peter Rogers. I knew them from a business before. I asked them, what are they doing? Because they kind of disappeared from where we were. And they said, we're in this business. And I said, really? And I said, so I asked really important questions. They weren't that, to me, they shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it is in the online business world. I said, can anybody do it? Yes. Is there unlimited money? Yeah, unlimited. You can make whatever you want. Wow. Is there an auto ship? No. Okay. Are the products that people in high demand, people want them now? Yes, by the billions. I'm in. I got in. I went back to Mike and Dan, said, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what I told them, but it was enough that they said, okay, we got to get in to find out. We got in, and boy, did we find out. The first month, we thought, this is unbelievable. So we started building the business. Second month, we learned more. Even up to days ago, you learn in this business. The nice thing about it, the surprises are better, not worse. It's not a surprise where you're going, oh, crap. You're going, wow, that's fantastic. I didn't know that. That's even better than what I thought. So I'm so happy to be here. We share it with everybody. And the reason we share it is, even if we didn't, our business is going to fly when it launches. It's going to fly. Because in this business, you don't have to share it. But if you do, it's a good thing for you, and it's a good thing for the person you're sharing, because it will change lives. Today, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis, my business partner I've been working with for 10 years. And he's going to explain to you in about 25 minutes everything about this business, enough that you're going to go, oh my God, this is great, or you're going to want to know more. Or, my opinion, you might be dead already. So listen to what he's got to say. And if you have any questions at the end, you can ask him in the chat. We will answer them. Remember, this is a guest webinar. Guests are number one. Founders, we love you, but today not as much. Okay. So if you have any questions, make sure it's a guest question. And for all guests here, keep in mind, it's automated. You don't have to do anything. And at the end of all this, if you want a copy of this webinar, we will send it to your email and you can watch it at your convenience. No pressure, no nothing. Again, I'm going to turn it over to my friend, business partner, and ace at explaining this business A to Z, Mike Ellis. Mike, go for it.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. A great introduction. And at the very least today, we're going to wake you up in a very, very big way. And Marty and Susie are right. This webinar that we're doing today, it really is for those new people, you all that have come in, really don't know a lot about OnPassive, but you're starting to explore OnPassive. And by the time we're done today, you know, when we look at any business and we come in and we start to participate, we always come in with great anticipation. We come in with a hope and a dream that this is the business that will get us to a place where we just don't have to worry about finances. And today, as we look at OnPassive, it's no longer a hope and a dream. Marty, Dan, and I, we came in 2.5 years ago, and we had that same feeling. And in a very short order, we realized this was the real deal. But today, we are actually in the launch of OnPassive. OnPassive is a reality. And OnPassive was developed by a gentleman by the name of Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh is the visionary. He's the brain trust. And he structured OnPassive in a way that will benefit those individuals that come in and participate in OnPassive. And really, that's what I'd like to explain to you today. Now, OnPassive, it is massive. As we launch to the world this year, and again, we are in that process right now, OnPassive will launch to the world as a $3 billion company. And you're going to understand why that's so important as we move forward and why it'll change your life in major, major ways. So a lot of moving parts in OnPassive. And as you come in and continue to explore, like Marty said, it just gets better and better and better because of what Ash and his team have done. And Ash has a team of technicians in Hyderabad, India. And these individuals, they develop all the products of OnPassive. Again, that's something we'll be talking about. But initially, I want to talk about what OnPassive will do for you, okay? Because in the end, that's all that's important today. What will OnPassive do for you? Will it give you the ability to make income online? Will it give you the ability to build residual income? Will it give you the ability over time to develop wealth and be able to leave a legacy to your family? Those are all critical points in OnPassive. And as you come in and start to look at OnPassive, those are the three questions we all have. Can it really work for me? Can I make money? So as big as OnPassive is, as Marty, Dan, and I, and most of the panelists on this Zoom today came in, Ash shared just a few simple concepts, and they really are simple concepts. But when you put these concepts together and you understand how they're going to work for you, and again, that's all that's important right now. How are they going to work for you? When you put these four concepts together and then add what OnPassive is going to be doing day one, it becomes extremely powerful because you find a way forward to actually start taking care of that bottom line. So the four concepts that I'm going to go over, they are self-funding, for success, product, customer. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Self-funding, what does that mean? As you come in and participate with OnPassive, you will go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. For me, when I learned that about OnPassive, that was really, really refreshing because I've been in many businesses over the last 15 years, online, offline, and it seems you're never done going out of pocket. And most businesses online, as Marty said, there's a monthly fee that you have to pay, whether it's an auto ship or some kind of fee, whatever it is, you have to pay that monthly. And what happens with people, they pay it for 3 or 6 or 12 months, and all of a sudden, they're not making any money, and they just go, listen, I can't pay this anymore. It's putting a damper on my monthly bills, and I just have to quit. And that's what happens. Most people quit, most businesses, because they just can't afford to do it anymore. That is not OnPassive. As you come into OnPassive, you will pay once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. Now, I'm going to be talking about 2 different payments in OnPassive, and I'll explain those. But as we launch to the world, there will be one payment. You will pay it once. You'll never have to pay it again. And I'll explain how that works in just a little bit. The next concept was forced success. And I've talked to thousands of people that were interested in OnPassive. And when I bring up this term, forced success, they love it. Everybody loves this term. Nobody knows what it means, but they love the term forced success. And here's what it means. OnPassive is going to force you to build wealth online. That's why we're here. Now, how do they do that? Nobody knows how they're going to do that initially, but they love the idea that they're going to come into a company and the company's not going to sit back and hope they succeed. They're going to force you to succeed by helping you build wealth online. So how is that going to work? In order to explain how that's going to work, and this is how OnPassive is going to work for you. In order to explain how that's going to work, we have to talk about product and we have to talk about customer. The product side, really, really important. All the products of OnPassive have been made, again, by Ash's tech team in Hyderabad. They're about 200-300 strong right now. And my friend Charles, when he gives a presentation, he always talks about viable legal products. And the legal side of it is pretty self-explanatory. And all of these products are viable and legal. And viable is an intriguing term. When Charles talks about viability of a product, we're talking about products that have a very, very large niche online, that are in great demand, and people are paying a ton of money to use those products today with other companies. So all the products of OnPassive are legal and viable. They are built from the ground up. They are proprietary. They are cutting edge. They are the best of the best, superior products. This next phrase that I'm going to tell you is so important moving forward. Yes, they're superior products at a lower price point. And when you can do that, build a superior product at a lower price point, all of a sudden people just flock in to use your products. And the products, they really do vary. They're from an automated marketing platform that has all the tools we use to market online, whether it's an autoresponder, page builder, email, funnel builder, all the tools we use, a webinar service, all the tools we use to market online in this automated marketing platform. Some of the other tools are educational platform or an HR platform. Educational platform, pretty self-explanatory. Educators can come on, put their content on there and use that to teach. The HR is a human resources platform. Companies can come in, use this platform to manage their human resources department within their company. All of these products are massive niches, most of them billion-dollar niches. And when we get into the different products, and I will talk about them a little bit, you're going to understand that the sheer volume that's going to be coming into OnPassive is going to benefit all of us. So that takes me to the customer side. Product customer. Our customers will be pretty much everybody online, whether it's K through 12, whether it's small, medium, large size businesses, whether it's government, whether it's individuals. It will be everybody online. Why are they going to be coming in and using the products of OnPassive? Again, superior, lower price point. These individuals are already using similar products online. And when OnPassive launches to the world, again, which will be this year, as they launch to the world with a better product at a lower price point, people will flock into OnPassive. And as we look at these individuals, they come in for just a couple of reasons. One, it makes their life easier, it makes their job easier, and it makes their bottom line better. When you can do that with your products, superior, lower price point, customers will come in. And what that does to the bottom line of OnPassive, because of the sheer volume that's going to be coming in, it really is extraordinary. So how does this all fit together with OnPassive? What OnPassive is going to do with the product side, customer side, they're going to come in, as we come in and participate with OnPassive, they're going to build all of us a marketing platform, okay? They're then going to hook it up to AI, artificial intelligence, and OnPassive, I didn't say this earlier, they're an artificial intelligence informational technology company. And when they build the marketing platform, they're going to hook it up to AI, artificial intelligence. That makes it 100% automated, what Marty talked about just a little bit ago. That's so important for most individuals coming online and trying to make some money online. Most people don't have the skill sets to actually come online and make money. But when you can get with a company that will build a sales platform, hook it up to AI, make it 100% automated, it is a win-win for everybody. This is the point where you really don't have to do anything. OnPassive at this point is going to go to work for you. And what they're going to do, they're going to go back into the IT products of OnPassive, and they're going to pull out traffic. And traffic is one of those things that truly is dynamic. If you can't drive traffic, you really can't compete online, and you can't run a business online. OnPassive is the best of the best at driving traffic. What they're going to do is they're going to start driving traffic into your sales funnel. Not only are they going to drive traffic, they're going to close the sale, and then they're going to manage the customers coming in to use the products of OnPassive. And OnPassive is primarily going to be a customer-based business, and you're going to understand that in just a little bit. But as those customers come in and a certain percentage of those land underneath you, you get paid. And the way we get paid is really pretty simple. It's a lot like a commission sales individual that goes out, makes a sale, let's say it's $100, and they make 10%. They would make $10. The difference between commission sales and what OnPassive is doing, again, it's 100% automated. OnPassive is going to be bringing these customers in and managing everything. Now that has to just be music to your ear, because there has never been a company in the world, in the history of the world, that has put together a system that will manage everything and build your business for you. This really is remarkable. OnPassive is one of those companies that you see maybe in a lifetime, and it truly is revolutionary. And as we look at OnPassive and what they're going to be doing for all of us, keep it very, very simple. Yes, there's a lot of stuff in OnPassive to learn, and you will learn that stuff. But what OnPassive is going to be doing for us, keep it very, very simple. Self-funding for success, product, customer, and the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be bringing in. And I'll get to that in just a second. So how do we come into OnPassive? How do we all come into OnPassive? I talked about the 2 fees. The first fee is the founder's fee. You can actually come into OnPassive right now, be an early bird, get an early bird position, and start participating with OnPassive. That is a $97 cost. The founder's fee is a $97 position. Sorry about that. And it will lock you into the company of OnPassive. It will lock you into the pay structure of OnPassive. Both of those are really, really important, but the second one is the most intriguing. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. As we look at OnPassive, as it launches, and we are in that process right now, we're in the pre-launch right now, about ready to go into the soft launch. As OnPassive goes into the soft launch, what they're going to do for the founding members of OnPassive is they're actually going to start going to work for you. There's no additional fee for them to do this. As we go into the soft launch, they're going to start building your team, and they're going to bring in additional founders that will go underneath you. Why is that so important? Every time someone lands in your organization, whether it's another founding member or whether it's a customer, it is another stream of revenue. As individuals come in, especially customers, and start paying for the products, it is a monthly fee. And because of that, all of a sudden, our income becomes a residual income. Now, the founders that are going to be coming in, that OnPassive is going to bring to you, as we roll out into the hard launch, that's when they'll start having their monthly fee. And I'll get to that in just a second. But the founding position is very, very powerful. Not only will they bring in founders for you, other streams of revenue, but as we go into the hard launch, they're going to start driving traffic for you, and more traffic than anybody else that comes in and participates with OnPassive. As we go into the hard launch, the founding position will end. You'll still be able to come in and participate with OnPassive, but the founding members will always get more traffic, and traffic is the name of the game if you're going to build a business online. And Ash and his team have made sure that the founding members have a benefit of additional traffic as we launch to the world. Now, there will be other benefits to the founding membership as we go into hard launch. A lot of those we don't even know about yet, but it's a very dynamic position, and OnPassive for $97 will actually start to go to work for you. So let's get into the hard launch. What happens when we go into the hard launch? How does everybody come into OnPassive? As we go into the hard launch of OnPassive, this is the worldwide launch. We all have to come into OnPassive and become customers of OnPassive. As we do that, there will be a fee. This is the monthly fee. This is the second payment. And the fee is going to be between it's going to be right around $250, give or take. And we really don't know the exact number yet, but we will very, very shortly. But we come in, we pay that $250. We go into our back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers of the IT product. That's when OnPassive can pay us. That's why I went through that little diatribe. So as we go through, click the button, become independent resellers of the IT product, OnPassive has the ability to pay us. That's what the regulators wanted to see in OnPassive. So let's back up to the subscription fee of $250. When we come in and become customers of OnPassive, we get all the tools of OnPassive, every tool that OnPassive has. And right now there are about 50 of them. And as we look at those tools, OnPassive is going to use a lot of those tools to build the sales platform, hook it up to AI, and then start driving traffic. So it's really, really important. This is a monthly fee, but here's how it works. Because OnPassive because of the way OnPassive is structured, as we come in and pay that fee, that subscription fee, yes, it is a monthly fee, but the preceding months after that will be paid from the profits that we make in OnPassive, okay? As customers come in, and again, OnPassive is primarily going to be a customer-based business, even though we have the privilege to participate with OnPassive. But we believe customers will be coming in by the millions. And as customers come in, a certain portion of those will go in your organization, and you will make a percentage off of the cost of the products that they are using. So as we look at the subscription fee, the $250, getting the products, having OnPassive go to work for us, this is where it gets really, really exciting for everybody that's participating with OnPassive. And as we go into the hard launch, there will be an explosion, an OnPassive explosion online that has never been seen online before, because of what Ash and his team have done, because of the products they put together, how superior they are at a lower price point. It's going to be dynamic. It's going to be fun. And every founding member that is in OnPassive, that second concept for success, OnPassive is going to force you to build wealth. I've never heard another company say that. I don't think I'll ever hear it again in my lifetime. This is the heart of Ash Mufareh. And when you think about Ash and him helping us build wealth, one of the things he's done, as we think about the wealth that's going to be coming into OnPassive, Ash has already told us is he's going to share the majority of the wealth coming into OnPassive with the founding members. That's you and I. And he's not going to share just a little bit of it. He's going to share the majority of it, 60, 65, 70% of that wealth. And when you think about the sheer volume that's going to be coming in, it's a very exciting place to be, to take care of that financial bottom line that we all have. So let's talk about volume just a little bit, so you'll understand what's going to be coming in very, very quickly. I'll start with the example of this Zoom we're doing today. Zoom is a webinar platform. Right now we do our webinars on Zoom, and Zoom is one of the big dogs on the block. Last year, they did $139 billion in revenue. 1 year, $139 billion. That is massive. When we look at the Zoom platform, the technology that Zoom is using right now, it is antiquated. It is outdated. It's not very good. And when we go to the capacity on Zoom, it just doesn't work very well. And for us, it's around 10, 15,000 people. And when that happens, it's just not a very good experience for anybody. OnPassive will have their own webinar platform. It is superior. It is at a lower price point. And I believe in a year's time, because of the quality of the product that OnPassive has, I believe they'll put Zoom out of business. That's $139 billion worth of revenue that, instead of going to Zoom, could come to OnPassive. Now, what if I'm wrong and it's only half of that or a quarter of that? It's still billions of dollars coming into OnPassive. Where does that money go? It goes to the founding members, those individuals who have become independent resellers of the IT product. This illustrates the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing, because of the quality of the product, because of the traffic that they run, and because of the vision of Ash Mufareh. I want to talk about 4 specific tools just very, very quickly to really bring home the type of volume that OnPassive is going to be bringing in. If we look at OConnect, which is the webinar service, if we look at OStaff, which is the HR service, human resources service, if we look at OCademy, that is the educational platform, and we look at OTracker, and we look at the amount of revenue that they generate yearly with other companies right now, it's about $483 billion. Those are 4 products. OnPassive has all 4 of those products that they will be bringing out to the world as we launch to the world. And I believe we'll take a significant percent of that market away from those individuals that are servicing those niches right now. That's $500 billion in revenue a year with 4 products. OnPassive has 50 of them. All of them as good as the next. They're all superior products built from the ground up, brand new technology. When we look at the sheer market and the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be bringing in year one, we believe there'll be over 100 million customers coming into OnPassive year one. When you look at the revenue coming in, it is staggering. And I don't care when you come into OnPassive, whether you came in 2 years ago or you're new and you're coming in today. If you are a founder in OnPassive, because of what Ash has put together, you are in a unique position to take care of those financial needs now, very, very quickly, because of what's going to be happening as we launch to the world. Just very, very quickly. Yes, we are in the process of launching right now. We are in pre-launch right now. Pre-launch is a time when Ash introduces the products to the founding members. We're about ready to go into soft launch. Soft launch is a time where not only do we get to see the products, we actually get to use the products and test some of the products. Money will start changing hands in soft launch. I believe the soft launch will be a very, very narrow window, and then we'll go seamlessly into hard launch. When that happens, all of those individuals that are participating come in, paid the membership level, click the reseller button. You will start getting paid from the customers that OnPassive will start bringing in. I want to touch on one other thing before I get off and turn it back over to Marty. If you are an individual and you have the inclination, the ability to build teams, you can do that with OnPassive. And the benefits are a lot the same as OnPassive building our team. But if you can do it, bring in individuals, put them in your team. Each time you do that, that is a different stream of revenue. It is why we share OnPassive, not only to get additional streams of revenue, but to show people a way forward to take care of that bottom line and get to a place where they don't worry about finances. As we look at OnPassive, Susie said it earlier, we are a global company today. Again, OnPassive is a reality today. There are no limitations on what you can do in OnPassive. We're never going to tell you what you can or can't make. Not only that, we're never going to add any qualifications. You don't have to share, you don't have to sell, you don't have to buy, you don't have to recruit. This can be totally 100% passive. If you decide to do some things, they will benefit you in major ways. But in the end, everybody will get to that place of building wealth online. Some will get there quicker than others because they're willing to do some things online, but it's not necessary. We will all get there. We will all get into a position where we just don't worry about finances. OnPassive, AI, IT, artificial intelligence, informational technology, using AI to develop and build our business. It's a very, very exciting thing. Come on in, continue to explore OnPassive. I'm sure I've missed a couple of things in here, guys. So I'm going to throw it back over to you. And if there was anything blaring that I missed, come on out and just add it to the conversation. But you're in a great place right now. I believe your life is going to change in major, major ways. Marty, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
I'm not sure if Marty wants me to handle that.
Go for it, Susie.
I'll go for it.
Go for it.
Excellent.
You're better and prettier than Marty anyway.
Oh, stop, Mike. Mike, that was an excellent presentation. I love hearing your presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly believe people listening today are going to catch just a little sliver, like I say, and jump on board. I'm not sure if Red would like to talk a little bit. Sometimes you do read about what happens once they sign up as a founder and all of that at the NDA and whatever. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'll just run through a few things. Actually, Mike mentioned that once you've become a founder and you come in, the next out-of-pocket payment is when we launch. This is to activate your account, and it's going to be around about $250. Part of that activation process, okay, is that you then participate in it. Susie mentioned the NDA. Now, the NDA is when you sign up to be a founder. This is a non-disclosure agreement. This is to protect the company and you as a founder, to be honest. This shows exactly how serious this company is. It is a contract between us and the company that we will adhere to our side of the bargain, and they will adhere to their side of the bargain. And so it is a I don't know if it's a legally binding contract per se, but it is certainly a contract between us as founders and the company. Once you've signed this, you can then print it off and use it as well later on. I just want to touch on a couple of things before we hand it back over. And one of those is Mike's already mentioned about our CEO, Ashmi Farah, about how he wants to help us to generate wealth online and how he wants us to be successful. Now, we've just heard that Elon Musk has flown into space, not Elon Musk, sorry. Elon Musk has just flown up into space along with Amazon.
Benson.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Jeff
Bezos. That's it, Mr. Bezos. And we all watched him go up there into space, and they're having a bit of a tap between who can get up there first, and Richard Branson's on board as well. These are all multi-billionaires, guys. And when Jeff Bezos came back down to earth, he very arrogantly said, I want to thank my customers and my employees for giving me the money to be able to do this. Now, one of the things I want to touch on is that Amazon's been going for around about 18 years now, but did you know that Amazon has produced 40,000 millionaires in that time period? We have a CEO and founder of OnPassive who wants us all to be wealthy online. He is putting something in place that will generate us wealth online. Just imagine in the years to come how many millionaires OnPassive will be producing. I would not be surprised that we will have 1 million millionaires out of OnPassive in the years to come. The last thing I'm going to touch base with you guys is your decisions today have an impact on yourselves, your family, and people around you in around about 2 years' time. Everything that happens to you now is probably things that you've done 2 years previously. We are giving you the opportunity to make a $97 decision to become part of OnPassive as a founder and partner of this amazing internet tech giant that is emerging right now. You have got the ability to get your foot in that door before we launch to the world. It's a bit like being a founder in Microsoft, a bit like being a founder in Apple, a bit like being a founder in Facebook, and many, many other tech giants that are out there. I would give my right hand to be a founder in any of these companies right now. I am so glad that I've found OnPassive. I'm so glad that I'm a founder. You still have this opportunity to partner us as a founder in OnPassive right now for that $97. Come on in, have a look, and if you are not satisfied, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So you can even dip your toe in that water, have a look. If it's too cold for you, you can get back out again. Anyway, back over to you, Susie.
Okay, thank you so much, Red. We always love hearing your insights. Yes, I'm the hero in my family, amongst my family and friends, because I found OnPassive and shared it with them, and we are all so excited about this. So before the next person speaks, I'm going to turn the chat back on, and the way we're going to handle the Q&A today is the Q&A is for our guest only. So if you would like to type a question in the chat, we will scroll through and hopefully we'll get to your questions. I just enabled the chat again. In the meantime, I'm not sure, we have some other people on the panel as we wait for questions. We have Charles Osung here today. Charles has a very long background in the information technology in the IT field. He understands OnPassive inside and out. And Charles, maybe if you just want to say a few words and as we wait for questions.
Yes, Susie, first of all, I want to thank all of you thank you for welcoming the guests. Thank Mike for such an amazing presentation as always. I thank Red for his contribution. Every time I hear you guys speak, I go back and open another account. That's why I have so many accounts, okay? Trust me, I do have a lot. I get motivated. And I know, and this is for our guests who are here today for the first time, and I know in your head, you're wondering, okay, is this one of those other businesses online that I tried and they just disappeared evaporated, you try to log in and page cannot be accessed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you might be wondering, because I hear that all the time, okay? And believe me, guys, been there, done that, I can tell you, when you take the experience level of all of us on this screen right now, should be well over 100 years of experience, right? So been there, done that. I've seen all of that. And one of the reasons that I decided to be part of OnPassive, or I want to say 3 main reasons, but one of them is going to address that issue, okay? 3 main reasons. Number 1, and MARTY has said that, Mike has said that, they've said that. But I just want to say it in another way. Maybe it will ring a bell, okay? With OnPassive, 3 reasons. When these companies fail or you fail, is one or more of these reasons. Number 1, with OnPassive, you do not have to recruit or sell to make money, right? A lot of us fail because as human beings, we simply don't know how to recruit. Less than 3% can recruit. So think about it. And that's why we fail, okay? But OnPassive has eliminated that problem. Number 2, you don't have to come out of pocket every month. Mike mentioned that, because when you are strapped for cash, that is the first thing that goes out the window. OnPassive has eliminated that. Okay, now we got all these companies came around 2016, 2017, 18, telling you, you don't have to recruit to make money, okay? You don't have to pay a monthly auto ship. Well, guess what? We all rushed into them, but they all failed. They failed, right? And when you go back and look at each and every one of them, they do not have that legitimate, viable product that Mike mentioned. That is why they failed, okay? But OnPassive has eliminated that. We have, not only are they legitimate and viable, they are digital. That means what? They are global in nature. You can be in anywhere in any part of this world, you will need it. So believe me, you're either going to be a founder today because of your timing and positioning, or you're going to wait and become a customer. You're not going to have a choice. So don't sit on the fence. Richard Branson, one of the guys, as Red said, he was the first of those billionaires to go to space. He's the founder of Virgin Galactic. He said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, say yes, and then learn to do it later. This is that amazing opportunity. You better jump on board, or I can assure you, you will regret later as a mere customer. Back to you, Susie.
Thank you, Charles. We always love to hear your inspiring and motivational words. Yes, because people will suffer FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO. Now is the time. I opened the chat. I don't see much going on there. So if somebody who's here as a founder can just say yes in the chat, I want to make sure it's open correctly. I'm not sure. MARTY, I did open it the way I think I'm supposed to open it. Oh, there we go. Boom. Yes. Well, though you guys are panel. Okay, great, great. So once again, before we have another panelist speak, today's Q&A is for our guests. If you have a question, you can type it in the chat. If not, that's okay. If you would like a copy of today's presentation, I put it in the chat. You just need to send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. And MARTY will send you a link to today's presentation so you can re-listen and maybe digest things a little bit more. Also, if you want to look at the products of OnPassive, just go to onpassive.com. You'll see different products up there. There's a blog, and you can continue your learning process. Let's see, Andy, you were on earlier and you changed your shirt to match black, but Mike and Dan are in different colors, but that's okay. We still love you. So Andy, if you want to talk a little bit about, why you joined on Passive and give a little insight, that would be great.
You're going to have to shut me up, Susie. I love this system, particularly because I'm not techie. I haven't got a clue about how the products work. I love the fact that this is an automated system. It's made for people like me. So like a light bulb, you turn a light bulb on. I don't need to know how electricity works. I need to know that the light comes on and it goes off. This is exactly the same, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is OnPassive will go to work for us. They give us a domain name. They build us a website. They send specific targeted traffic to that website, and then they close the sale. And every sale forms part of our group, and we get paid a small commission for doing so. Mike has mentioned this before, but this is so simple. So everyone asks us, what are we going to make out of this? Well, we can't explain the compensation plan because it's proprietary, but let's make a few assumptions here, and let's give you an indication. And that's all I'm going to do. And this is purely based on assumptions. So we get put into a rotator. And if each rotation gives you 3 customers, and that rotation takes 3 months, you'll have 4 rotations in a year. So if you start with you and no one else, that's you, then the first rotation gives you 3 more, that's 4. Okay, next one, 4 times 3 plus 12 plus your 4, 16, and so on. So it's 64, 256. At the end of that first year, your monthly income, and again, this is being conservative here, may well be or could be around $2,000 a month. Who couldn't do with $2,000 a month extra? Okay, so now, like me, I'm not a recruiter, and some of these guys work very well with recruiting others, but me, I'm a little bit slow on the uptake here. But I have shared this opportunity with others by bringing them along to a presentation such as this, and many people have come on because of listening to something like this. So let's say, for argument's sake, that you have 9 and 10 including you. If you then do those 4 rotations, at the end of the first year, you don't have 256, you have 2,560. So if I work on the same basis that 256 is worth $2,000 a month, at the end of the first year, if you shared this with 9 others, it's 2,560 in your group. That's 20,000 a month. Who in their right mind doesn't want 20,000 a month? I hope that helps.
You've got everybody's mind spinning. Mike, did you want to add to that?
I do. Andy, the numbers are absolutely awesome, and you're spot on. What people need to understand is it's just not bringing in founders or independent resellers. These are customers too. We get the same benefits from customers. So whatever you're doing those numbers with, they work, and they work really, really well. And what Andy just talked about, very, very conservative, guys. Understand that. Very, very conservative. So we're just in a really, really good place. That's it, Susie.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, when you were talking, Andy, about being techie or not, I have a 90-year-old mother and a 94-year-old dad who are founders. And they're excited because they see my enthusiasm. They don't know all the ins and outs, but they are excited. That's what I love about this business, that I'm able to bring on people who really, understand it, have been online and get all that. And I've also brought in family and friends who just kind of put a few of the pieces together, and they're like, oh my God, this sounds too good to be true. And I say, well, it is good and it is true. And they've jumped on board. That's what makes it so great. Once again, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, but would like to hear from Dan Street, who looks like he's on a golf course today. Dan, if you'd like to share a little bit of your thoughts with us.
Well, Susie, I think everything has been covered, but I would like to tell everybody just to keep in mind a couple of things, that this technology that we're talking about, that we all believe so strong in, it's proprietary. It's never been seen before. It's built from scratch. And this entire portfolio of products are products that people are using right now. Okay. But they're using them at an inflated price. Okay. And if you can get, like Mike was saying, 50 products that can come aboard, and you're paying a one-time fee, a monthly fee, a very low fee for superior products. I mean, it's a no-brainer, especially when this company follows up. It's the AI technology that follows up on all your customers. They sell it for you. They follow up for you. They close the sale for you. They do everything for you. Yeah, like Charles was saying, it's automated. Mike's saying it's automated. Everything's automated for you. So it's other than that, the targeted traffic is a big key. Keep that in mind. I mean, this is a company that's driving traffic to your site and creating a business for you. So those are the key things that I like to continually bring up that are just mind-boggling. And every single person here has a total belief in this. And we've got people worldwide that, almost 800,000 founders that are going to become customers that believe strongly in this. And it's going to go viral. Like Mike said, it will go viral. And hold on, buckle up, everybody, because it's going to be incredible. So it's worth $97 in my opinion.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dan. Always good to hear from you. We do have one question. I'm not sure if it's clear to me. It's Atul Joseph says, how did pay the money? So how do we pay the money? Well, we can tell you how it works to become a founder. And then once you pay your package when we launch, as far as how do we get paid through commissions, that you can learn more about, once you're on board, and we can go into more detail. Would someone like to just kind of do a brief overview of going in and what ways they can pay online to become a founder?
Yeah, I'll do it since I didn't do anything else. You'll get a registration link. You'll put in your name, your email, your phone number. It'll take you to, then you'll get a verification link to your email. You verify the account, and then you'll go to the account again and you'll sign in and you will pay. And there they give you options of Cash App, which I'm not sure how long that's going to be there, but it's there now. Cryptocurrency, I believe Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And you can also pay by debit card or credit card. I recommend debit or credit because it's quick, real quick, like now. Then you put the information and click it, and you're in. You're a founder. So it's that simple.
Okay, thank you, Marty. Yes,
I'll
we
give him one job.
yeah, one job. Yeah, well, he spoke a little bit too. The thing about the debit and credit is the quickest and the best way to pay, but keep in mind it's $97, and when you use debit and credit, there's an administration fee of $5. So we do know some people around the globe with credit cards and debit cards. A lot of times people get gift cards to use those, like a Visa gift card. Just make sure it has at least $102 on it when you go to pay, but that's what we recommend. I don't see any questions. Mike, you did such a fabulous job. Just to remind everybody, if you want a copy of this, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. And also, if you already become a founding member, we have a presentation like this every Tuesday at this time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, where you can invite your friends and family to come hear it so that you don't have to feel that you have to explain everything. And then once you become a founder and you get plugged in, you sign your NDA, you have access to the back office, you'll be able to hear private recorded webinars. You'll be part of any of the products coming out. I mean, there's just so much more once you jump on as a founder. And every week we have a weekly Q&A on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So there's plenty of support. That's what I love about it, because you can be passive or you can be engaged. But like Dan was saying, the best part is when we do launch, all of the products, the customers, everything's going to be taken care of by the company. And we are all going to do very, very well with this company. And we know that you're now going to jump on board with us and become a proud founder like the rest of us. So I don't know if Charles or Marty wants to end the webinar. I think that's it for questions today.
Yeah, I think we're done. There's nothing
I
else.
think there's a question, Charles. Sorry, there's
Okay,
a
go ahead.
question that was missed.
Okay.
There's a question that's saying, are customers of OnPassive still going to get 7 days free trial? If so, will it be during soft launch or hard launch? And it's a new person. It's not somebody who, it's not a founder.
Well, I don't think it's a new person because I don't think anybody
Yeah.
anybody mentioned 7-day free trial in this
Okay.
presentation. So it must be a founder.
Okay.
So we just ignored it because we had a founders only meeting yesterday for what, 5 hours? Okay. So founders, please come to founders only meeting and ask your founder type questions. So we ignored it intentionally, Ethel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
But thank you, Ethel, for being on the lookout. We appreciate that for sure.
All right, guys. I think it was a great presentation. Mike covered everything, and we do appreciate our founders. You guys are getting really better at not asking founder only or founder type questions. We really appreciate that. So if you're a guest, welcome on board. Hopefully you sign up, and once you sign up, tons of information for you. You've got 30 days. If you don't like what you see, what you hear, you can get your money back. But you will be loaded with info in your back office and also have access to all the leadership council members and every other leader in the company to ask questions, right? So enjoy the rest of your week. See you again on Saturday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.